Good morning to those listening. It is 3:38 a.m., January 16th, 2026, and this is the new series Star Trek Starfleet Academy. And I'm finding some predictive programming in this. The first one happened at the beginning when they showed the ship and they showed the NCC, and then there was a number. It was 392023, and I put it to March 9th, 2023, which I think has some significance with what is shown here. Okay, so this is kind of weird. On your left side, we have an Orion, and it relates to the Orion Nebula and also to Artemis 2. There's another mission to go to the moon, and it's weird because they're going to make an announcement on that today and tomorrow. That's weird. They're supposed to have a February 6th launch, so they got this plan to go to the moon. And then also there's some news with Orion, the nebula. They just put something out yesterday, which is weird. This nebula is coming to life, and there's something with a sword. So there's something weird there. I also looked to see if there was anything with this whole thing, with the three characters here, and that was, that matched with the March 9th, 2023, and it came up with Orion SA, which is a chemical company. I don't think that has anything to do with anything, but I threw it out there anyway. Okay, then we got in the middle, we got a Chironian. And this race or species came from Star Trek, the original series. And they had a civil war between the two races that was on the planet, Charon. And some of them had black, like this one, is black on the right side, white on the left. And they were fighting with the other ones that had the white on the right and the black on the left. But I thought Civil War, we're close to that with what's going on with, ICE and the states that don't want to, with all the protesters, everything, all that stuff, and now close to the Insurrection Act coming. Okay, so we got that. Is there anything else that was there? No. Okay, so and then the third person on this, they made sure that they put all three of these people in there. The person, though, in the middle is supposed to just be like a background actor. So they don't even have a name, so it might just... But I think they put this there, though, for symbolism. The third guy on the very right-hand side here, he's... I was going to look this up. A Koinonian. So he's like a shapeshifter. So he looks human for for everybody, but he really is another race, and it kind of looks reptilian in a way, but he's supposed to be a pure energy form, which is weird. So he can, in this first episode, they needed someone to go outside on the ship. The temperatures are so cold, nobody could do it, but he could, at least for temporarily. He could withstand really super cold temperatures. So this is the first episode, and it's titled "Kids These Days" because they're all cadets. There's 2 episodes that were released today. I don't know how they do the scheduling, if they do 2 episodes a week or whatever. I don't know. And then a side note for the Orion right here. Some of the females can produce high amounts of pheromones, so it can kind of affect males, if you know what I mean. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything either. The Cornonian on the right is a brand new species race that's introduced to the Star Trek world, I guess. So it's never, that race has never been on any of the shows, but the other two have been in previous. And the one on the left is if anybody knows Star Trek Lower Decks, it was a cartoon. They were like pirates or scavengers, I guess. And they were they just joined Starfleet Academy. Here's the episode of the right and left faces. Let That Be Your Last Battlefield was from the 3rd season of the original series. But look at the date, January 10th, 69. It's 57 years. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. Taking a quick look at the plot. Enterprise on a mission to decontaminate the polluted atmosphere. The characters, though, are interesting. So one of them is, what was he? A refugee, a political refugee. And wow, this is weird. And look at his name, Lokai. And the other guy, Bele, was trying to capture him. And they were in a race war. I would say if you want to read this, pause it. It's interesting in the plot also that in order to gain control back of the ship, Captain Kirk had set the self-destruct. And this was the first time the self-destruct was first used. But it was a bluff. But they wound up, he wound up taking control again, though, and took the ship back to Charon. And they found out that they were the only two left of their species because they all annihilated themselves in a civil war. There was a couple other two of characters too, this one and this one. But we're not going to worry about that this time. But they went back to San Francisco. So does San Francisco have anything to do with anything? And there's your 3, 9, 392023. March 9th, 2023. Weird stuff. Let me know if you see anything that might have significance for some things. To me, I see the Civil War part and the Orion. There might be something with that, especially since the announcement is actually today, which is weird, for a moon launch, Artemis 2. All right, thanks for watching. God bless.